Welcome to this episode of the SecureDad podcast. My name is Andy Murphy, and I am the host. In this particular episode, I want to talk to first-time homebuyers about what they need to know to secure their new house. I know that in all of the insanity of buying a new home, that sometimes we forget to worry about securing our home. So in this episode, I'm going to walk you through all of the things that really I wish I had known when I was a first-time home buyer. So I'm going to share all of this experience with you. Now, in this podcast, it is audio only, but please continue to listen to it because it has a lot of great information for you. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Please leave a comment below if you have any thoughts on the podcast. You're listening to the SecureDad podcast. Discover ways to protect yourself and your family at home, in public, and online. Welcome, friend. I'm Andy Murphy, the creator of the SecureDad. This podcast serves to help people become proactive in their safety. The information I share on this podcast is for general information purposes only. My goal is to empower you to make safer decisions for yourself and your family, because our safety is our own responsibility. Today, I'm going to share with you some security things that I wish I had known when I bought my first house. If you are renting or have owned a home for a while, do not worry. There's plenty of good information in here for you too. All of that and more ahead on the SecureDad podcast. Recently, I upgraded my smartphone that we have with one of the big three phone carriers, and it was a pain. Trying to pick the right upgrades, what phone is the best, and then transferring my data to my new device didn't go as planned. And I'm a tech-savvy person, you guys understand that. But in the middle of this, I found myself thankful for Troomi Wireless. When you buy a kid-focused device from Troomi, it's like shopping anywhere else online. You pick the phone that you want, the plan that is best for you, and then you check out. It really is that simple. No complicated contracts, no stress. To help you in the checkout process, make sure you use the code THESECUREDAD to get $50 off a phone of your choice. I partner with Troomi, and my family uses one of their devices all the time. You could get started at the link in today's show notes. Buying a new home is a massive undertaking. It's great, don't get me wrong, but it's stressful. Just signing all the paperwork alone is complicated. In all of the joy and pressure that a new home brings, sometimes we forget about the crucial step of protecting our home. It's understandable. So I'm going to share with you a few tips that span from before you buy to what you need to do before you spend your first night and how you can continue to be vigilant after all the boxes are unpacked. The first rule of real estate is location, location, location. It's the one element that you're not going to change about your home, so it's important to know where your home is. I laugh all the time at these home renovation shows that turn this old, dilapidated house into this chic, modern, beautiful home. But in the background, you can see the other houses on the street, and they're in terrible condition, and it doesn't look safe. Sometimes you can tell the hosts really don't want to be on that block. So what surrounds your home is just as important as what is in your home as it pertains to your safety. To help you better understand the area around your home, there are some online tools you can use like crimemapping.com. This site will actually give you a visual map of the crime around an address so you can see what's happening around you. If the local police department doesn't report data to a site like that, then you can always call the non-emergency number for the police department and then ask to talk to an officer who knows the area. That's an easy call for an officer to take, and in about 10 minutes, you can have a pretty good idea if the area is safe for your family. Now let's focus on what you need to do before you spend the first night in your new home. The number one thing that I always tell people is that you have to replace the locks on your new house. While you may want to shrug off this one, please don't. The home is now yours. You are the only one authorized to come and go. Ensure that you are the only one who can unlock the door. While former homeowners may have moved, 2 states away, and they seem like lovely people, what about their crackhead son who comes home after another stint in rehab, and he has a key. Is that a good situation? You assume that no one will try to enter your home, but don't ever assume that. Don't leave your home security to assumptions. This is especially true if there is a smart lock on the door. As cool as it is, you're trusting the former homeowner has the technical skills to actually turn that lock over to you. But do you know if that's true? If their phone gets stolen, does somebody have a digital key to your house? I don't want to take that risk. In this case, I would strongly suggest that you replace the lock. I don't like smart locks because remote access to my front door is not something I'm comfortable with. And when you put it that way, I think you probably see my point. Plus, Maria Christina Hayden about Foxham just did a video on how smart locks are getting hacked, and apparently it's not that hard to do. So get yourself a nice deadbolt that matches your front door. You can also have the existing locks rekeyed, but honestly, that's a big expense. If you want to buy new locks from a home improvement store, pay special attention to the numbers that are on the back. Some locks will have matching keyways to others on the shelf, meaning that the locks will have matching keys. You can save time and money by matching the codes on the back of the box. And yes, this does mean that someone in your area could also have a matching key to your house. Unless you have a stalker, I wouldn't be too worried about this. But having a secondary lock on your door, like a flip lock, can really help you in this situation. Now that you're fully living in your home, it's time to invest in a home security system. Home security systems provide an excellent deterrent and immediate response in the event of an attempted intrusion. You can consider systems like SimpliSafe or Ring Alarm Pro. They're both great. These make a great addition to your overall home security plan. With these new Wi-Fi home security systems, if you can add a device to your router and use double-sided tape, then you are more than qualified to install your own system. And make sure that you pay for monitoring. You need someone to watch your home while you are away and have your back in a crisis. Now, I do have a new warning for you. If you are buying a new home and you're going to be there for more than 5 years, I would recommend getting a wired home security system installed by a professional. Right now, I feel like there's going to be a shift in home security systems using Wi-Fi, so for a new homeowner, a wired system is a good investment in my opinion. Wired or wireless, you do need a home security system to help you out. The last thing I want to share with you is to go ahead and make a fire safety plan for your new house. This is probably the number one thing that people forget. Every home needs a fire extinguisher on every floor. Make sure that you have one in the kitchen, put one in the garage. Also check the condition of the existing smoke detectors and replace any that require it. It's not a bad idea to also have a carbon monoxide detector in your home as well. And go ahead and make and practice a fire escape plan that every member of your family knows and can execute without you telling them. There's a lot more that first-time homebuyers need to know to protect their new homes. That's why I wrote my latest ebook, Home Security for First-Time Homeowners. This is a 12-page guide that explains some of what we talked about today, but gives you a lot more information. Plus, it includes a 2-page checklist to help you track your success. I walk you through securing your home before you buy, to your first night, and beyond. You can get home security for first-time homeowners exclusively at thesecuredad.com. It's available for an instant download. There's a link in the show notes if you want to know more. Well, that's everything that I have planned for the SecureDad podcast for today. Thank you, friend, for listening. Get your copy of Home Security for First-Time Homeowners exclusively at thesecuredad.com. You can get started at the link in the show notes. If you'd like for your child to have a smartphone but not access to the whole internet, consider a Troomi phone. As you know, my family uses one all the time. Use the code THESecureDad at checkout for $50 off a phone of your choice. Protect your home and your doors with Flip Lock. This sturdy secondary door lock is anchored to your door frame and can withstand 1,600 pounds of pressure. Listeners to this show get 20% off with the discount code SecureDad when shopping at fliplock.com. If you'd like to know more about the SecureDad, join me on Instagram and X. My username for both platforms is TheSecureDad. And of course, my site is available to you 24/7 at thesecuredad.com. I'm Andy Murphy reminding you that our safety is our own responsibility.